Was Tom Foreman. Barack Obama, as you can see, the president just taking the stage here. Let's listen to him speak. Hillary Clinton, of course, will be speaking afterwards. Here's the president.
It is always great to be here with one of the most festive, maybe a little wild caucuses in Congress, especially to kick off Hispanic Heritage Month. I want to thank Michelle for her introduction, for her leadership, and give it up for your outstanding chair, Congresswoman Linda Sanchez, CHCI's new president and CEO, Dominica Lynch, and all the tremendous public servants that we have here tonight, especially everybody in the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. Amen? Is that what I heard? Amen. Now, I've got to admit that I'm having trouble accepting that this is my final trip here as president. But on the bright side, Michelle is not having trouble accepting it. I love you too. But it is hard to believe that it was 8 years ago I came here as a candidate for this office. And I had no gray hair. I said that we could create opportunity not just for those at the very top, but for everybody who's willing to work hard, so that they could afford health care and college and retirement and give their kids a better life. What Sarah Palin called that hopey, changey stuff. Well, tonight I'm back here as president to say thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your tireless efforts to deliver on that promise. Because for all the places that we've fallen short, and for all the work that remains to be done, I am back here tonight more optimistic about the future of America than I have ever been. And why not? Together, we fought our way back from the worst recession in 80 years. We turned around an economic free fall. We helped lift our auto industry to set new records. Our businesses created more than 15 million new jobs. Together, we declared health care is not a privilege for a few, but a right for everybody. And we have secured health insurance for another 20 million Americans, including 4 million Hispanic Americans. Our high school graduation rate is at an all-time high. More Hispanic students are graduating high school and college than ever before. We strengthened our relationship with Mexico and Central America and opened up a new chapter with the people of Cuba. We brought nearly 200 nations together around a climate agreement that could save our planet. We affirmed that love has no limits and marriage equality is now the law of the land. Just this week, we discovered how much our efforts are starting to pay off in ways that really matter to American families. Thanks, Obama. We learned that last year, across every race, across every age group in America, incomes rose and poverty fell. The typical household income grew by about $2,800, which is the single biggest one-year increase on record. We lifted 3.5 million people out of poverty, the largest one-year drop since 1968. The number of Americans without health insurance continues to fall, and in each of these areas, Latino Americans made some of the largest gains, the fastest income growth, the biggest drop in the poverty rate, the greatest gains in insurance coverage. That's why, all in all, Hispanic families are feeling more optimistic about their prospects today than they did 8 years ago. By so many measures, our country's stronger and more prosperous than it was when we started this journey together. And we couldn't have done it without the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, who has been with me every step of the way. Now, none of this was tough years in there. You had fiscal showdowns and government shutdowns and pandemics and oil spills and pirates. Y'all remember the pirates? I mean, the only thing we haven't had to deal with is like the asteroid, or the aliens. That's true. Good point. Shouldn't have mentioned the aliens. But we overcame all that. We overcame all that, and most of all, we proved that change doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in one term. It doesn't happen even over the course of one presidency. But change is possible. Progress is possible. And we're here. Si se puede. We're here again tonight because we know that we've got more work to do, but we know that if we put in the effort, change can happen. You know firsthand the challenges we still face. Challenges that often affect the Latino community harshly. When governors refuse to expand Medicaid, that hits Latinos harder than most. When folks block an increase in the minimum wage or refuse to expand paid family leave, that hurts the pocketbooks of millions of Hispanic families. So we've got to make sure this recovery reaches all Americans. We've got to help more students, not just get to college, but finish college. We've got to reform our criminal justice system. And we've got to protect our children from the madness of gun violence. And yes, we've got to finally make meaningful, effective immigration reform a reality in this country. Now I'm proud of the executive actions I've taken to modernize our system. I'm proud of the work we've done to help show more than 740,000 dreamers that the country they grew up in, the country they love, believes that they are worthy of this country's blessings, just like your kids, just like my kids. But if we're truly going to fix this broken system, then we're going to have to push back against bluster and falsehoods and promises of higher walls. We need a comprehensive solution that works for our families and our businesses, that grows our economy, that enhances our culture. We need an approach that upholds our tradition as a nation of immigrants and a nation of laws. And it is possible to do that. It's possible to insist on a lawful and orderly system while still seeing students and their hardworking parents not as criminals, not as rapists, but as families who came here for the same reasons that all immigrants came here, to work and to learn and to build a better life. And look, throughout this political season, the talk around these issues has cut deeper than in years past. It's a little more personal. It's a little meaner, a little uglier. And folks are betting that if they can drive us far enough apart, and if they can put down enough of us because of where we come from or what we look like or what religion we practice, then that may pay off at the polls. But I'm telling you, that's a bet they're going to lose. We've seen this kind of ugliness and anger and vitriol before. That kind of politics sometimes may carry the day in the short term. I know that there are a lot of folks who have this notion of what the real America looks like, and somehow it only includes a few of us.